projection every year, but not this year.
If I wrote that addition and subtraction, I get that number exactly.
I think you got, that would follow the same thing. every year.
So, gotcha.
So this was probably.
Just two.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. At least it looks like.
Which.
The
Well,
red light is.
except it's saying.
Yeah, but my God,
23
like, there's nothing on this
is
side
higher
of the
than
screen.
23.
Always messed up.
Well, I didn't get any new 23 numbers.
Oh, so you might-
No, this is my line, but the red light is on the back, so it doesn't.
Do you need that?
And what is over here, I have no idea.
Do you want a pen?
But if this is a good number, it's less, so it would have to go up. So people that work in the office will need to tell us.
What it is, you can only increase.
If that was a negative, what you didn't say about it was. This is original.
So much money.
That's what I was taught.
I mean, so
Learning,
here,
you know,
it's
computers and
so
some of these numbers, if you
We
want.
get the state auditors.
Fix it, right?
If you worked on my PlayStation.
Well, these
They
are
aren't right.
I mean, it could be out of battery.
It might be, the red light was on, but
I just have 24.
the frequency duration here was not lit up. And it wasn't working, so I think the battery maybe were like, almost dead or something, so like, I had just left to turn on, but that actually worked. Sure, flipping the batteries.
This ought to be confusing.
Just kind of pushed it more, but yeah, now I'll turn on.
We should use, I've got rechargeable batteries I use for my professional flashes. that- So I will let you know about those batteries, because that is I had the same problem with my
This is
flashes.
what they gave
All right,
you.
mine is, I will talk
I got
loud.
the same thing.
I know, but who did?
Well, be informed.
I call this meeting to order at 6:00. Let's stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chapman, would you please call the roll?
Gallagher,
Present.
Messimer.
Here.
Jacoby,
Present.
Scarborough,
Here.
Page,
Here.
Moss.
Yes, sir.
Lane is absent. Olson.
Here.
Mr. Chapman, are there any guests wanting to address the board?
Didn't have anyone fill any forms out, so.
I just want to see what it's all about, because it said about raising levy taxes on the And you got it on my day off, so I had to fill it.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay. No public comment. I have nothing to say, except let's get some money. Is
Well,
there any alderman wishing to make a comment or put an opinion?
I think somebody needs to run through the numbers and tell us how we got to where we are.
The numbers you have in front of me, or in front of you for the assessed valuation came directly from the pro forma that came from the Missouri State Auditor's Office. I get the numbers from the county clerk, put it into a form on the state auditor's website. They produce a pro forma, which is where these numbers came from. And I realize they don't foot. We have left a message with the state auditor's office questioning that. But each of these numbers, the real estate, the personal property, and the new construction, they are directly from that pro forma provided to us by the state auditor's office.
Well, under the 2024 figures, if you make new construction a negative number, then the total evaluation, that adds up. But if you look at 2023 and apply the same procedure, it doesn't add up. So something,
And the 2023 number from what I saw is off as well, even.
that's what I just said.
Yeah, but without even the other calculation, it's off as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. So is our valuation for 2024 really down from 2023? We don't know.
Or is it up?
Like I said, I got the numbers from the county clerk, put them in the form, and these are the numbers given to us by the state auditor.
So did they give you
real estate, personal property, new construction, and the totals,
Yes.
and the totals.
If anybody's interested, we have the state auditor's calculations here, and I'd be glad to make copies. We did try that with the finance chair. So,
I think that would be helpful if the others could see it.
okay.
Maybe others can figure out the mystery of how this calculation came to be.
If you want us to give you a little time to make copies.
Right back.
Because this is the public hearing portion.
Here's Mary. I knew she might be a little bit.
Are we able to check on our end, like, what we have for 2023 for like real estate, personal property and new construction? Like, apart from what they sent you, are we able to look at those numbers independently?
I'm not sure where I would go to do that.
Okay, yeah.
And like I said, either comes from the county clerk or the
Okay,
state.
yeah, because obviously the question is if any of the numbers are off as well, or if it's just the calculation that's off.
Were you able to locate that document that created the 2023 figures?
Yes. I have that.
Could,
The document, the pro forma from 2023.
could we see that as well?
Do you want copies of that?
Yes, please.
You know, they bring up something on the- Hello. My name is Denise.
Come forward.
Oh, my first time. Okay, my name is Denise Lehman, and I live on Pleasant Valley Road. And I'm having a problem, some of our ditches are all the way across, and they need to be dug out. And Chris Comp is missing a person by retired, and he's been trying to hire somebody. In the meantime, I'm getting like water in my basement, because it runs, you know, it's backing up and running, and.
This is for meetings for tax assessment.
Only,
Yeah, it's not a regular meeting. What you need to do is come back the first Monday in next month for a regular board meeting, present it to the board.
okay, that's the
I'm
problem.
not trying to put you
Yeah,
off
but
there.
I work nights, that's why I don't ever get a calendar, that on the day off, it's Wednesday, so that's why I come. Plus, I wanted to know about what the.
Thank you,
calculator
Yeah.
was
Oh, you showed up.
Yeah, but like I say,
No, that's.
I don't see why we can't send an email to Chris and try to get something for you.
Yeah.
What you
If
can-
you want to give all the details in an email to Matthew, that'd be helpful for us too.
Okay.
So, yeah, on that same point, what we can do is if you can have a public comment to Matthew, that we can then read out while you're not
What is
here
it?
at the meeting, and then
Okay,
discuss it and address it, and then obviously, if you let us know,
So it does say something.
all right,
if you let us know how you'd like to be contacted with follow-up, you can email, phone, by mail.
okay. All right, and I've talked to Chris about it, it's
Yeah.
just, I wondered, I mean, it's been like a whole nother month since somebody has, I mean.
I don't
he said
see
Like having cooks
an amount
that's applying and stuff.
Uh-huh.
so
New
people and
construction.
stuff. In the meanwhile, we've
For
got
last year.
issues that
On
are
this
going on
one,
across the road.
Matthew is.
Excuse me, ma'am. Out on the front area,
Oh,
right
right.
right in front of the clerk's desk, there's a bunch of business cards. Feel free to grab mine and I can help liaison with people. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Here's this number. Here's this number. And there is no new construction number. Like there is.
It's also says-
Upper right-hand corner.
show the date, show the,
What is your address?
There was no,
Right where it says.
Oh,
you're
right.
right.
There's
There's
no
no
construction. You looked at these.
Well, this is the year
New
before,
construction.
2022 and 2023.
If it's listed on the pro forma,
That's what it is.
Do you know where?
And here, in 2023, it's different than this page is 2023. It has, look at that, right here. 2023, it has the 185 suddenly on
Okay,
it.
so.
And this other, and it isn't on this one in the 2023, where all this
Like
stuff
this is just a further
disappeared.
breakdown, but this is maybe the total that includes this number.
Yep.
This is current year, assessed valuation year, state year.
Frustrating.
So maybe this is just a breakdown.
And
of this
math isn't
number.
working at all. You're driving them back, they're crazy.
But it's not in addition to this number. It's just another, to further break down what the real estate is. So that number wouldn't be added into the total. Because then that. You want to stay, you're fine, thank you.
Both numbers and the ambulance, and there were,
See, here's, look,
and then Chief got tied up.
See all
to
these
get out
numbers
of
here?
the Parking
they're
lot.
not here.
Yeah, me and
This
one of the
number isn't here.
firefighters.
This is 2022.
And we
I'm
walked
comparing
into
2023 to 2023. Shouldn't be the same
Back
thing.
to the church.
If this number matches, this number matches, this number
15, 20
matches,
minutes before
where do
everybody
these go?
out.
These have disappeared from this.
It was full. They had a very nice turnout. Very nice.
I can't see firefighter dies.
That should be, yours is not 23, mine is. This is 2023, this is 2024. This part, right, 2023 should match this. This number
That's the
does,
dog.
this number does, this number does. These numbers disappeared. That's not right. I know. They should all be in here.
They went all the way downtown to the station. and around a couple others and back out.
Okay, then, explain it.
Back to
Explain it.
Blackstone.
I'm just looking at the
Newcomer.
the 2023 one.
2023.
On the top, it has the matching 52,156,757. And matching 12,880,123 for a total 65,036. Then it has on 2B, real estate of 185,080. It has a 342,746 and a totaling 527,826. And when you look in the next year, those three numbers disappear.
Disappeared.
Just gone.
Why shouldn't it be the same?
It should.
That's what I was thinking. They should be the same.
I mean, how can we correctly do a tax levy when they're giving us wrong
We've got
numbers?
two different numbers for 2 years. It can't be.
No,
Has to be the same.
so that is a realistic number, maybe, and it went up.
It shows the total.
Sorry, that's This is the correct number, and this is the correct number. We went up a little bit, yeah, so we don't need to raise our taxes because we went up a little bit, just keep them the same.
Oh, they are.
64, 757, 936.
Do you see, so it's 12 minus this?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 minus that, and that just gets you that. And then you add those two together, it gets you 527, 826. You take that 527, 826, replace 185, oh wait,
I don't
no.
think we're quite as bad as the county. man.
That's what I'm thinking.
See what you said.
Which, we haven't done the math here,
Let me focus on my own thing
this
when she was
number on the
talking.
right should match 64, 509, or 54, which it does. If you get rid of 185, replace that with the 527, 826, which is exactly what we do for this year,
Yes.
325, 340. Then the real number on the bottom,
The 64, 509.
Yeah,
24.
64,509 for
It has to
last
be the
year,
same.
and 64,757, so it went up a little bit, so we don't have to raise taxes.
You mean, oh, this number and this number should be the same?
All
So
that-
then you need to do
Yeah,
that.
this number
You need,
is off.
Mr. Calculator,
This number.
what do you do?
This number.
It's gone.
That's all.
Evaluation is
Right now.
so the assessment rate.
Well, so you're saying that these two numbers are not the same,
Yeah.
So that's the 2023.
but they shouldn't be right. This is 2013, this is 24, or
So we should.
23, this is 24.
Right?
They move it.
Well, evaluation is
This
different.
new construction
So
improvements.
then I should go.
We have this number is total.
Zero,
Real
zero.
estate
So,
calculation of
well,
this.
my assumption
It says like an actual tax
But then
revenue.
over here,
361,508.
prior years valuation.
Line it.
It should be the same numbers, as you see here, we have these same numbers. But then this doesn't show up at all. There's not even a section, there's not even a section.
However, this
for it.
here,
Point
you know, it's missing
And this new
this stuff
construction
here.
improvements isn't even in here. This is the prior year. Now, my guess is that this isn't in addition to this number, it's just a further, it's just a breakdown of, to separate out what is all this money and this money. This shouldn't necessarily be added to this number,
So that's the,
but
if
even if
if
you
the rate
just have these two numbers, you don't calculate this
If
number,
we keep the rate at the 54.
this number is still not
no,
right.
that's not what I
It should
did.
be
I did,
6
if
minus
we did,
0.
if we did it as proposed, it would increase their tax revenue by almost $3,000.
Few $100,000.
If we used last year's rate.
Yeah, we don't understand that. Why do?
4,757, that gets you
Yep.
3,629,503, which 6,508,
Yeah.
which is a difference of only 1,395. I mean,
What'd you
we're
come
going a
up
little
with?
bit, 2949, which is a difference of $1,553. So, do you agree with my math?
I do.
Okay.
So,
You got the scout.
you want to explain?
I know you did, that was the hardest.
So under,
I don't think I
y'all,
could've done it if it wasn't for
You
him.
got the
Under
plumbers,
20,
electricians,
maybe we
plumbers,
need to wait for the
everybody else in line.
Actually,
Oh,
this is
yes.
the one that got
Went to the
the.
Yeah.
Oops.
Why did you
Just
guys
disappeared.
put on that? They actually just provided us some more lights for
So
when they
did you-
burn out.
look at this.
I wanna see what you did. I'm curious.
Oh, here's how smart I am.
Is that-
I keep on. I let the battery go bad in one.
So we know that
Replace it. Guess what
this
happened
matches.
You
We
know?
Second one
we
went out.
changed 185,080. No clue where that number came from.
Well, it was right there,
It's
but
that.
they skipped that one.
They skipped that step, so I replaced it with a 527,826, which gets us to 64,851, 800
So.
Because you did this, this minus
Lost
that.
work.
minus the match. Why is that
Let me double check mine. I was doing Ken coming up with something. No, I didn't.
Which we don't really know. Hang on. Look, oh, okay, because it would have been negative. If you take this number minus this number, it would have been down 200,000 or so. But it says if this is negative, enter zero. So this one is zeroed out. We, because of that, we don't know which one they took from.
To
get that.
To get the, yeah.
So
to
we
get
could
to
use the
A.
527, which came from here, or it could be from here. If we were just taking this as the footprint, as the path to follow, it could have been either of these because that number is zero. If this number was non-zero, then we would be able to tell immediately which were they used in their calculation. Unless there's a,
But then what did you do?
oh, okay, so I got two different numbers. I took this number, which was only the 547,826, and then I took it based off of last year's tax rate and got this number, 361,508.
Okay.
And then I took this year's
Is it more memory or?
valuation, 64,757, multiplied it by this year's tax rate, got 364,457. And then I took this year's number, multiplied by last year's tax rate, and got 362,903. And then I did, okay, how much difference would we have had?
The teachers
If we
is
used
very in-depth
this year's tax rate,
with her
this
class.
proposed tax rate,
She
on this
has
value,
21 pages of
we would have
homework.
increased our revenue by $2,949, which is the difference between
And
this number and this number.
it's great on the homework. I didn't do great on
And then
the
I
homework.
did
just-
What if we did what if we did last year's, which got us to 1,395 difference, which is the difference. If we use the new tax number, it would have, we would see an increase of $1,553 over using the tax rate from last year. So that's what this number is just a diff between these, which is a diff between the percentages for this year.
I'm not that savvy to drag lines.
So either which way,
You know what I mean?
big picture, we have what, 2,800 residents in the city? If we divide the number of residents by even any of these numbers, like the total number is like 50 cents per person.
Is it back on
Yeah.
stamped up?
Yeah.
I've got one thing to say, we got two different sets of numbers here. And if we try to budget to the higher set and it's still actually the lower numbers, our finances are gonna be in trouble. It's a question is, should we budget with these lower numbers or the higher numbers? I don't think we should budget with the higher number. We should stick with the lower numbers, the ones that Mr. Slater, I think you brought forth to us. He's an accountant and he should know what we got. Now, we cannot spend money that was kind of a fantasy money that we think we're gonna get, or we're gonna be in deep trouble. Now, that's my opinion.
Okay. Can I just ask about what does the state require of us? If we if something's wrong with the audit and the numbers are wrong, I think that there's a statute that says that we cannot increase the tax rate without it going back to the voters. Am I wrong in that?
You can only raise them per the cost of living. There's some equation that goes in with that.
Which is
And
what
so
I think
the
this
total-
is
The total
basically.
receipts, the rate stays the same. It's your assessed value growth. If your assessed value growth went up 7%, it's COLA or whatever that equation is 3%, you can only raise it 3%.
So we're not even talking about COLAs, we're just talking about,
You're talking about this
Yes.
rate that they calculate for you.
Yeah.
okay.
And that's what you guys need to pass tonight.
So even if we use the 5,628 rate, we would still be in compliance with what the state requires of our tax rates.
Correct.
Okay.
Is this tax rate on the back here what they sent us or what we suggested? Or is this the amount they
It's how
suggested?
they calculated it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's, yeah, the tax rate in the back is also their calculation. Okay.
Just keep in mind, what you said tonight, you cannot come back 90 days later and want to change. Once it's set, the state requires us to stay in that till the next financial assessment meeting.
So we found that the number here, the total valuation number, did match for 24 matched. Our comparison number, the number we're comparing from, excuse me, is the only thing that is off. So it's just our point of comparison. The calculation that the state used in order to get 5,628 is correct. And we would be in compliance with the state statutory requirements. And I think that should be the number that we continue to put on the vote.
Okay, so, real quick, so to clarify what you're saying, Pat,
Yeah.
you're saying that this number here is right, but this number here based off of this sheet is right.
No, not the rate numbers.
In 2023, maybe that would help.
Yeah.
If you would change the 185,080
Okay,
to a minus 527,826,
okay,
then that comes out to
64,851, 800.
okay.
And so it appears that we are fine.
Okay, so
It's just
It-
the
it's a-
weird what the state came back with the numbers. It
But the
just,
assumption is that for 2024 or for every year, it's real estate plus personal property minus new construction.
Yes.
and for some reason, the numbers from 23, they didn't come over to the 24 like they should have.
Yeah.
To make sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So do we have any more questions in the public hearing portion of our meeting? If not, I move we close the public hearing portion of our meeting.
Second.
Mayor?
You really should have a vote on it?
No, ask for discussion, sir.
Discussion,
Discussion.
discussion.
Discussion?
To end
Matthew,
the
you point where you need to speak.
Ask if the ordinance, if there's any discussion.
I'm sorry, we just motioned to close the public section of the meeting. That's it. So if you read, if you're looking at between 3 and 4, that's essentially where we're at. We just made that a motion rather than the mayor closing it.
Right now, I say we got two different assessment sheets.
I don't think it impacts our ability to
That's for
pass
two
this
different
ordinance. Like our discussion indicates that this council bill is within reason and complies with what the state requires.
It's fine.
And staff recommends that you pass this council bill.
You approve of it, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chapman? Read council bill.
No, we're closing the public session, public hearing. That's what we have to do now. That was my motion.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So we just need to call the roll.
Was there a second?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chapman called the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Messemer,
Yes.
Jacoby,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes, sir.
Langner,
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
I now make a motion to open the city council special session for the tax levy hearing.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Chapman called the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Messemer,
Yes.
Jacoby,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes, sir.
Langner,
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
Now, please read the ordinance.
Okay. Now read the ordinance.
First blue line after 6.
Mr. Mayor, would you like me to read Council Bill 3564?
Please do.
An ordinance setting the 2024 tax levy, real and personal property for the city of Pleasant Valley, Clay County, Missouri, setting the date taxes shall be considered delinquent and setting the penalty for delinquent taxes. Mr. Mayor, would you like me to ask for a motion and a second to pass Council Bill 3564 on the first and place it on the second?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Sir, is the tax levy for 2024 more than the tax levy from 2023?
A tiny bit.
A tiny bit.
Less than $3,000.
In total.
In total.
In total for the whole city?
Yes.
Yep.
Based
That's why I
on,
said it was like 50 cents a person.
Yeah, and
based on real estate, personal property, and new construction, those values.
I think, that has to be in there. We're not ripping people off. It's only going to be 50 cents.
yeah, it's,
I mean,
it should end up being to about 50 cents per person if you estimate all residents, if you estimate a little bit less than
I
that because of
understand.
a.
I understand that. I want them to
So
understand.
I'm stating it for the record.
Yes.
So I'm stating it for the record, that's
That's a very
if,
small part. most people.
if you take into account that also includes children, so if maybe only people over the age of 18, you're maybe looking at, in guesstimation, maybe max of $1 per person, per adult for the entire year.
Right.
If you're assessed $800 last year, then you pay $801 this year.
Yes.
Just so the people understand that.
Yeah, we're talking really big numbers up here.
That's right.
That's
That's
for
right.
the
We're talking
entire
all this
city. Yes.
182,000 and all this stuff, just so the people understand, we're not getting to them here.
It's an itty bitty amount.
Okay, I'm fine. Anybody else? Mr. Chapman, call the roll.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Messmer,
Yes.
Jacoby,
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Moss.
Yes, sir.
Langner,
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, would you like me to read Council Bill 3564?
Yes, please do.
An ordinance setting the 2024 tax levy, real and personal property for the city of Pleasant Valley, Clay County, Missouri, setting the date taxes shall be considered delinquent and setting the penalty for delinquent taxes. Mr. Mayor, would you like me to ask for a motion and a second to pass Council Bill 3564 as ordinance 3563?
Yes, please do.
So moved.
Second? Any discussion?
Mr. Chapman, call the roll, please.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Messmer,
Yes.
Jacoby,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Moss.
Yes, sir.
Langner,
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on it? Mr. Chapman, call the roll, please.
Gallagher,
Yes.
Messmer,
Yes.
Jacoby,
Yes.
Scarborough,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Moss.
Yes, sir.
Langner,
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there you go.
I will get with Chris in the morning on that.
Oh, Ruth?
I will, I actually just telling.